Hello. Okay, so my name is Jenny, and I am a hairstylist as well as a clean beauty coach. I teach women how to recognize the toxins in their beauty products, giving them the confidence that they need, knowing that what they are putting on their body is healthy for them, their family, the environment, and not harmful to animals. So let's talk. Why does your hair color fade? It has got to be so frustrating to go to the salon within weeks, your color is fading out, or worse, you go to the salon and the color doesn't even take. How many of you experience that? I will say, as being a hairstylist, that is not only frustrating for you, but for us as well, because sometimes it's kind of like you don't know what happened. You've done everything that you're supposed to do. It should have taken just as it does with everybody else's color, but something happened here. So there are 5 common reasons why it may be fading out. Number 1, stress, trauma, like medication. If you've just had major surgery or any kind of surgery for that matter, that causes a lot of stress on your body. And as we know, stress can wreak havoc on our system. So when you're in surgery, they give you lots of different medication that can actually have an adverse reaction with your color. Not in a sense where like your hair is going to melt off or burn off or something, but that can actually make it so your color is not going to take the proper way that it should. Also, if you are at home and you're continuing medication, whether it be maybe like a thyroid medication, chemotherapy, I've seen people that have heart medication have problems as well. Those are different, even some antibiotics. Those can actually build up, and you can see your hair reveals a lot. So if they were to take a strand of your hair and test it, they could see the different medications that are in your system. That can cause your hair to take color differently, whether it be too dark, whether or not be dark enough, and whether it be uneven coverage. Another reason is poor water. Hard water, well water is so hard on your hair because it leaves like mineral deposits. So if you've ever seen like your faucet in your sink or on the shower head and it has the calcium buildup, imagine what's happening to your hair. So now a lot of them can have like iron in them. So iron can actually react, especially with blondes where, I should be able to do someone's highlights and it lifts up to this really pretty blonde, but then some spots are like golden and orange. That could be a reaction with the iron. So those different kinds of minerals that deposit onto your hair from your water source could actually cause your color to not hold properly. So for those instances, I recommend to people to get a filtered shower head. You can buy them online, you can buy them at like Home Depot, Lowe's, and that will actually filter out your water just like you're drinking water. So you will have to replace the filter, but that can give you a much better quality water, which is in return better for your hair. It won't feel as dry as well. Another reason is bad products. So if you are spending the money to invest on getting your hair colored, spend the money to invest on upkeeping your color. So when you go to the store and you buy, let's say just something off the shelf and it has actually toxic ingredients in there, one of them being sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate. Those are common ones in a lot of different shampoos because it gives you that suds. It's not the only ingredient out there though that can give you the suds, so it's not necessary in your product. But that can actually cause allergies, it can cause skin irritation, drying out your hair. You want to make sure that what you are using for your products is not going to strip your color out of your hair. So everything you should be using should be color safe and should be of a higher quality ingredient. Now, I know sometimes cost is an issue with that, but if you are buying a lesser quality of a product, it's probably going to cost less, right? But in return, it's usually pretty watery. You tend to use a lot more of it and it's not last as long. When you buy a higher quality product with higher quality ingredients in there, they're actually more concentrated. So you have to use a smaller amount of product, which means it lasts you longer. So you could actually be spending more money than you think wasting on a lesser quality product that in return is costing you your hair color. Frequent washing. So I have a few clients who like to wash their hair multiple times a day. And I understand that when you work out, you want to get everything off, and I get that. But the more you wash your hair, the more the heat from your water is actually opening the cuticle of your hair, which in return releases the color molecule. So I want you to think of the color molecule like a ball. And every time I open the hair shaft, which is going to lay like this, and it's going to lift, that ball is going to come out. So you do not want to wash every day. If anything, please push back to like every other day. But then after you get your hair colored, no matter how gentle the color line is that's being used on you, your hair still went through a chemical process. So you want to make sure that you are allowing the time for your hair cuticle to lay back down and kind of like feel back down, and for everything to kind of lock in place. So it is suggested, and I've seen it in numerous places online as well, to wait 72 hours. So if you can, wait 3 days. Another tip, do not wash with really hot water. Just like I had said before that it's going to open up, you want to wash with like warm water. And if you have really like vibrant colors or like really vivid colors, those crazy colors we all see, or reds, you want to wash with cold water, because those colors will fade out the quickest. And so the less you open up the cuticle of your hair, the less that it allows the molecule to escape. And fifth, poor diet. So we know that when you are not fueling your body in the proper way, you are not giving the nutrients to everything. So let's say that I was eating very unhealthy. One way or another, my body is going to take from what it needs. So first off, it could take from my hair. So it's going to start taking nutrients out of there. It's going to start taking nutrients out of my nails. It's going to start taking things from my skin. That's when you start getting really dry, brittle. That is not going to give you an even porosity. And so when I say even porosity, I mean like if you had like, let's say a hair, like this is a hair shaft, a hair cuticle, and you see like patches going down on the color, that's an uneven porosity. Your hair is not taking the color in an even way. So your diet will definitely affect your hair. So you want to make sure that you are eating like a colorful plate of food. You're getting your vitamins, you're getting your fruits and vegetables and all of your different sources that you need. So that way it nourishes your body, which nourishes your hair, which helps to hold your hair color. One tip I want to give you guys as well, the shampoo that you do before you go to the salon to get your hair colored, or if you do your color at home, the shampoo before you're going to, so like let's say the day before or the night before, I want you to use a clarifying shampoo. Make sure that it's color safe if it's one that you're going to continue to use throughout, in between appointments. But that will help to remove some of those minerals that deposit from your water. It will remove some of the environmental pollutants and free radicals from your hair. So you want to kind of give your hair as clean of a slate as you can, so that way when you put the color on, it has a better chance of holding on. Okay? So those are my 5 reasons why your color may not be lasting. Stress, trauma, medication, poor water, bad products, frequent washing, and poor diets. All right, you guys. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe below, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.